Fridays. We love Fridays because they're followed immediately by Saturdays and Sundays. And if you're like me, you don't have to work on, well, you do work the occasional Saturday and Sunday, depending on the time of the year, but not this weekend. And I'm going to be honest with you, I need a weekend. And I'm going to have one, and I hope you get to one too. It is Friday, the 19th day of August, 2022. I'm Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is cloudy, it is smoky, it is hazy. It's 75 rather muggy degrees. Not going to see a lot of sunshine today, but it's still going to be hot. Going to be kind of not real pleasant. I mean, if you're going to have warm temperatures, you're going to have temperatures well into the 90s. You might as well have sunshine to go along with it. It's not going to be the case today. And things are going to be a little unsettled. In fact, there's about a 30% chance of some rain mixed with lightning to the north of us. Going to miss the Wenatchee Valley, we think, as things sit right now. But Chelan, Stehekin, Holden Village, up into the Medhow Valley, Twist, Medhow proper, Winthrop, could see some rain and some lightning associated with it. Last thing we need as far as thunderstorms down here in the Wenatchee Valley, we're keeping a close eye on Monday. Things are going to get kind of just warm and cloudy and lucky. I just made up a word. Details are coming up in the weather department, as is the news. The Seahawks, let's see. Special teams were awful. Offense was awful. Outside of that, they had a good game. They scored a touchdown with like 2 minutes left in garbage time. Bears beat the Seahawks in Lumen Field on an ugly game. Our very own Eric Granstrom was there. He has a report to file for you. And we'll talk about the Mariners, who didn't play yesterday. And for Wenatchee Apple Sox, took home more hardware from the West Coast League. That'll be in sports, plus an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty today in history, some celebrity birthdays to pass along to you, the obscure holiday, and Greg Oakes will be visiting me in the back half of the program. He is, of course, the president, the CEO of Cashman Valley Bank. He's also a proud member of the local exchange club, and they're helping get the word out on a really cool fundraiser that's going to happen tomorrow at the Pybus Public Market, at the Cashman Valley Bank Commercial Kitchen at the Pybus Public Market. Some Ukrainian refugees who escaped the horrors that are going on in Eastern Europe with not much of anything are now resettled here in the Wenatchee Valley, and they're going to make authentic Ukrainian food for you to purchase by donation. They're going to do it tomorrow at the Pybus. You can help them out and get some pretty good food at the same time. Greg will give you those details in the back half of the program. It's 3 minutes after the hour. Let's get going. Let's fire up them PT's ears and see what we have. And what we have from our jump-off ridge camera is that relative humidity is at its highest right now. It's at 50%. It was 81 degrees when I got up this morning at 3:30. It's now 75 degrees, but it kind of is just kind of a yuck kind of a day. I know I'm just making words up, but you can see the smoke, you can see the haze. Again, if you just joined us, our Wenatchee Heights camera had a little snafu. We actually had to order a brand new camera. I think we probably just wore it out. We'll be getting that really soon, so we'll have that camera back up and running. But that's the view from Jump Off Ridge for most of the Wenatchee Valley in the upper left-hand corner. Camera 2 takes us out to a beautiful sunrise. That's out in Ephrata, I'm told, Uriah. Good morning to our friends in Ephrata. That camera is up and running again. We've had it for a while, then we didn't. Now it's back. Beautiful sunrise out in Ephrata. Today, of course, is day 4 of the Grant County Fair in Moses Lake. Don't forget about that. It runs Tuesday through Sunday. It's one of the longest running fairs. Then, of course, next weekend is the NCW Fair in Waterville. Then they take a week off, and then the week after Labor Day is the Chelan County Fair in Kashmir. It's fair season. Camera 3. Beautiful view of Leavenworth, which does not have a fair, but they have festivals like the Autumn Leaf Festival and they have a festival every weekend, quite frankly, in Leavenworth. And you can see some of the high clouds and some of the smoke and the haze from the fires up the Lake Wenatchee area is affecting their folks in Leavenworth. Good morning to the Bavarian Village. By the way, there's really not to talk about the White River and Irving Peak fires. Pretty quiet yesterday. We'll have some info on that, though. And camera 4. Ew, that's hazy. That's cloudy. That doesn't look pretty. And I have no idea what camera that is. That's the Billy Goat camera? Okay, if you say so. It looks like you have that pointed maybe up towards Bridgeport and the Gamble Sands Golf Course. That's what I'm thinking. I think he has that pointed almost due east. Normally we have it pointed to the northeast. You can see Pateros and Brewster and the Columbia River and the Medhow River. But I think he's got that Billy Goat camera zoomed in and more of an easterly direction. I honestly don't know. Good morning to our friends in Okanagan County. And by the way, you too could get maybe a few lightning strikes associated with some rain. Everybody's going to be dealing with a lot of cloudiness, by the way, across all of our area. In fact, let's talk about these thunderstorms again. For the Cascades, the east slopes of the Cascades, the plain area, maybe Lake Wenatchee, up to Lake Chelan, the upper Medhow Valley could see some light rain today and a few lightning strikes associated with that. Not good. For the Wenatchee Valley, our best chance is probably going to be Monday. So again, thunderstorms are very hard to predict. They have a mind of their own, but we're keeping a very close eye on that. Again, for the Wenatchee Valley today, we could see a couple of light sprinkles, but we're not expecting any kind of thunderstorms at all. But again, there's about a 30% chance of a thunderstorm or two to the north of us, with the heaviest chance in the Medhow Valley between Pateros and Winthrop and into Mazama. That could be a little dicey there. I hope we don't have to use our PTZ cameras for another fire today. From the National Weather Service, 97. Our forecast high today. Sun's going to take the day off. Going to be kind of muggy. We hit 101, by the way, yesterday. So we have 10 days this summer with high temperatures in the triple digits. We're not going to get there today. 71 for the overnight low. Nice Saturday, sunny, warm, high of 95, 67 for the overnight low. We're going to hang on that pattern on Sunday. Monday, again, for the valley, we're talking about a chance of a thunderstorm. Still very warm. Our normal high temperature this time of the year is 86 degrees. We're going to be above that right through the forecast period, probably at least now into Labor Day weekend. All of next week looks sunny and hot. And by the way, starting tomorrow, we will go under the 14-hour mark for daylight. Starting tomorrow, we will have 13 hours and 59 minutes of daylight. We're losing about 2 minutes of daylight per day now this time of the year. But a friendly reminder, we still have another month of summer to go. So there you go. That's your forecast. It's 7.5 minutes after the hour. We're going to take a break and then get you the news that you need to get your Friday going. It's 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Don't make plans to store your boat for the off-season until you've checked out the Super Package from Bob File Boats and Motors. With this package, you just drop your boat off for winterizing, and they take it from there. When you pick it up in the spring, it'll be ready to go for the next season. There are too many features in the Super Package to list here, so get the details. 509-884-3558.
Bob File Boats and Motors. We're dealing. Bob File's gonna make you smile.
The 2022 Grant County Fair in Moses Lake is bigger and better than ever. Washington's largest egg-based fair features hundreds of animals, amazing food, and the Davis Carnival rides. And if that isn't enough, see supergroup Lone Star and country standout Cameron Marlowe on the Brian Miller stage. Come celebrate a return to normalcy with Stars, Stripes, and Fair Delights at the 2022 Grant County Fair. For tickets and more info, visit grantcountyfairgrounds.com.
9 minutes after the hour, smoky, hazy, cloudy, 75 degrees. Smoky, hazy, cloudy, muggy, upper 90s today. Sun will be back on Saturday and for most of next week. Slight chances of thunderstorms to the north of us today and for the Wenatchee Valley proper on Monday. Authorities say a Wenatchee man charged with child sexual abuse tried to contact his alleged victim from the jail, and that violated a judge's order in the process. 32-year-old Devin Scott McGrady, he's been held since his arrest at a South Wenatchee delivery business. He was arrested back in February on suspicion of sexually assaulting a 10-year-old child. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies say phone calls from the jail, which are monitored, by the way, show that McGrady sent a letter to the child and then tried to confirm by phone that the victim had received that letter. Detectives retrieved the letter, and prosecutors charged McGrady last month with one count of violating a protective order. The prosecuting attorney's office is also seeking to introduce allegations that McGrady sexually abused another child in Okanagan County about 5 years ago. A judge will consider that request at a hearing on September 1st. Two workers at the Douglas County PUD's Rock Island switchyard were injured on Tuesday. Apparently, a piece of rebar fell from a crane they were helping to operate. Kay McKellar of Douglas County Fire District 2 said the accident at about 9 a.m. Tuesday morning happened when the steel rebar fell from the crane onto two men who were helping move the crane into place. Both men were transported to Central Washington Hospital in Wenatchee with undisclosed injuries. Eastmont School Resource Officer Ivy Jacobson is the winner of the North Central Washington Law Enforcement Officer of the Year. That's cool. Ivy has been with the East Wenatchee Police Department since 2021. Last May, she was named the School Resource Officer. Prior to being hired in East Wenatchee, she worked in the Bothell Police Department and was named their Officer of the Year in 2020. In May, Ivy received a life-saving award at the Regional Law Enforcement Award Ceremony for the use of a tourniquet in an emergency situation. She will receive her Officer of the Year award August 26th at the North Central Washington Fair in Waterville. Not a lot to talk about as far as the White River and Irving Peak fires are concerned. All things are fairly quiet above Lake Wenatchee, just moderate growth. Lots of smoke, but only moderate growth. The incident management team on the fire said yesterday the steep and inaccessible terrain makes it pretty impossible to dig fire lines right at the edge of the fire. Combined acreage is still at about 943 acres.
The north side of the fires, the White River Road. Starting at Tall Timbers, we have structure protection in place, sprinkler systems have been placed, and crews are working to improve our containment line, which is the road system. We've also identified the 6404 road, Sears Creek. We have crews that are working in there to set up the road system as a containment to keep the fire out of the riparian area so that it does not impact the White River Road. Structure protection is ongoing all down the White River Road as crews identify locations for sprinkler systems, and you will see engine traffic out there as well. Moving down north side of Lake Wenatchee, we have an assessment ongoing for the structures with there will be engines and crews in there assessing future needs if the fire does get outside of our containment strategy, but there is no structure preparation currently going. At the south end of Lake Wenatchee, same thing. It's an assessment of structures, an assessment of needs that could potentially be utilized in the future, but there's nothing in process now.
Speaking of the White River and Irving Peak fires, we zoomed our PTZ cameras located up on Nonopac Ridge towards those fires yesterday, and we took a little time-lapse video of the smoke up in Lake Wenatchee area. Take a look at this. Pretty cool stuff indeed. Certainly fascinating. Those PTZ cameras are really, really nice tools to have. And if we have enough time in the back half of the program, we're going to get your weekend going with yet another time-lapse video from one of our top content producers. Stay tuned for that. That's your news. A quarter after the hour, we'll have Grant and Eric and the whole crew gathering news, disseminating news, and spitting the news out. At 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, you can also watch our evening news on demand by going to our Facebook page or to our home page, if that's the way you prefer to consume your news. With a preview of tonight's news, the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan, and happy Friday. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, hot with the possibility of some thunderstorms in our Friday forecast. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather. And in sports, Eric Granstrom will have highlights and reaction to last night's Seahawks preseason game against the Bears. And you'll have the latest on the Mariners as they begin a weekend series against Oakland. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. And we love to hear from you, our viewers. We much appreciate your comments or your news tips. Bring them on. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com. You can go to our Facebook page and use the Messenger app, or you can go to our homepage. You'll see the icon there. Click on it, fill out the form. It's pretty self-explanatory. Seahawks. Apple Sox, Mariners, Seahawks. Sports is 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
With all the variety on SureStream TV from Localtel, there's always something to watch. But what if you hit the couch in the middle of all the shows? That's a perfect time to use the features Catch Up or Restart. Catch up on shows from up to 3 days ago, or restart your show from the beginning. Go to your guide and select the show to restart. Then play, pause, rewind on your schedule. Don't forget, SureStream TV from Localtel lets you decide when shows begin.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect, one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
The NCW Life Channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCW Life Channel today.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCW Life. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.
Just about 18 minutes after the hour, in front of a national television audience, America got to see that the Seahawks have a serious quarterback issue going on. And it wasn't just the quarterback, the whole team. The defense played okay, but the Bears beat the Seahawks last night, 27-11, a rather discouraged and quiet crowd at Lumen Field. Geno Smith couldn't get anything going offensively in the first half. Our very own Eric Granstrom was there, files this report.
Well, the Seahawks fall to 0-2 on the preseason after a 27-11 loss here at Lumen Field on Thursday night to the Chicago Bears. Lackluster performance offensively, especially for the starters in the first half on the one-on-ones, with Geno Smith not looking very good for Seattle. Also, bad news on the night. They lose their offensive starting left guard, Damian Lewis, with an apparent ankle injury that brought out the soft cast. That does not look good for the future. Also, Charles Cross penalized 4 times in the game. He didn't look good at left tackle. Let's talk about the positive. DJ Dallas was great on the night. So too was Travis Homer running the ball out of the backfield. Homer finished with 44 yards on 5 carries. Dallas 4 receptions and 52 yards out of the backfield. So that was a good point. Also good points for the defense. Josh Jones, who's number 42, made a couple of good plays from his defensive back position. And Uchenna Nwosu, he's number 10. He played well getting some pressure on the quarterback. But too many penalties on the night. 13 penalties, 92 yards for the Seahawks. Also Michael Dixon with 10 punts for a total of 474 yards. So if your punter outkicks your entire offense, that kind of tells you it's a 27-11 loss to the Chicago Bears. One more chance for the Seahawks to get back on the winning track. That'll be next Friday at Dallas. Here at Lumen Field, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCW Life Channel.
When it first happened, the injury to Damian Lewis looked pretty serious, but after the game, Coach Pete Carroll said as far as the injury front is concerned, the Seahawks came out pretty good.
Yeah, D-Luke, we were very, very fortunate. He had a lateral ankle sprain out of the deal. And, he got rolled up on and all of that, but all of the X-rays and stuff were negative. We were very, very fortunate there. He was upbeat about that a little bit, maybe surprised by the results, but we're thrilled by it as well. Did you ask about Gino? Yeah, Gino banged his knee on the ground, and it's got a little like a bursa thing. It's just like a bruised knee. I didn't know Penny Hart was going to go in the game if we needed somebody after, in the second half. Gino still could have gone back in, but where we're thinking about him coming back and playing in the third quarter just to get some more plays. It just wasn't the right thing to do.
13 penalties, 92 yards. They also muffed a punt that was recovered by the Bears for a touchdown. After the game, Coach Pete Carroll said, yeah, our special teams need some work.
Man, there just seems to be so many lessons for us right here. We got a big list, and there's some really obvious things in just trying to win a football game that the penalties and the special teams give me is the 100 yards in returns or something like that, setting up scores and all. It's really hard to win when you play like that. It's hard enough anyway. So there's big lessons, and I have to really zero in on the guys that are having the problems. Like Charles had problems on the line of scrimmage in this game. Had 4 penalties on procedure penalties and stuff that you obviously can clean up in all different situations. But though we have to get that out of your football. You can't play football like that. It's bad.
Geno Smith, 10 of 18 for 112 yards. He was sacked twice in the game. Seattle was just 4 of 19 on third down conversions. So, all in all, Pete Carroll's impressions from last night.
Am I worried? No. What I am, I want to maintain my patience, knowing who's playing and the guys that are going to play on game day when we open up. And I'm more concerned about, are they ready, based on the amount of work that they've been able to get. This week just did not help us in that regard. So we can't do anything about it. But it's. These next 2 weeks are enormous for the guys who haven't been playing in the games, and to make sure that they're ready. They feel like they are. They can't wait to get out there. They have a sense that the pups are out there playing for them. We've got some really good players that aren't out there right now, and so we know that. So that's why preseason's good. We're learning a lot.
Seattle has a week off. Their last preseason game will be in Dallas, and of course their season opener Monday, September 12th, I should say. Maybe it should be in November. September 12th against Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. On to better news. The Mariners are in the Bay Area trying to extend a 3-game winning streak. They got the A's. Of course, they swept the Angels. The A's, not the best team in the American League. Manager Scott Service has not announced a starter for tonight. We know that Oakland's going to go with Cole Irvin. First pitch, Root Sports Northwest, is at 6:40. To the American League West scoreboard from our friends at Les Schwab, the A's come into tonight's game after a 10-3 loss at Texas yesterday afternoon. Mark Mathias and Nathaniel Lowe each homered for the Rangers. Alex Bregman had 2 of Houston's 4 home runs. The Astros blasted the White Sox 21-5. Bregman finished with 6 RBIs. Chas McCormick had 5 RBIs on the night. So Houston's lead in the West over the Mariners, 11.5 and 23 games over the Rangers. As far as the wild card standings are concerned, the Mariners' lead in the wild card chase is now a game after Tampa Bay and Toronto both won yesterday. The Rays beat Kansas City 7-1, and the Jays beat my Yankees 9-2. And of course, both Seattle and Minnesota didn't play yesterday. Baltimore dropped to 2.5 games back with a 3-2 loss to the Cubs. 4 Wenatchee Apple Sox players recognized for their play by the West Coast League: Joichiro Oyama, Eva Arquette, Matt Halbach, and Grant Sherrard, earning 2022 All West Coast League honors on Thursday. It was announced by the commissioner of the league, Rob Nyer. Oyama was honored as the All WCL first team at second base the day after winning the co-MVP for the entire league. Arquette earned All WCL second team at shortstop. Halbach and Sherrard both get honorable mentions. And if you love boats, don't go to the Wenatchee Valley Super Bowl tomorrow night. It's Johnson Electric Bump to Pass and Boat Destruction Night at the WVSO. So you not only got the Bump to Pass cars, but the Bump to Pass cars will be towing boats on boat trailers as they race around the track. It's chaos and it's fun. The Plum Perfect Roadrunners will also compete, as will the Pro-Am drifting cars from the Evergreen Speedway. Gates open at 4:30. Racing gets underway at 6. Bring your earplugs, and those are just some of the games that people are playing. On this Friday, the 19th day of August, throw this up, and we're just, take a look at this. You're going to, what is that? That is the oldest surviving photograph. It was taken in 1826 by Joseph Nicephore in Burgundy, France. It was the earliest, longest living surviving photograph ever. Today is World Photo Day. They took that from 1826 and they made it better and better. And by 1839, Louis Daguerre of France pretty much perfected the photographic process in 1839. And then the French government gave it to the people of the world. Apparently they didn't consult Louis on this. Louis invents photography as we pretty much knew it back then, and he didn't get any patents or royalties or trademarks. The French just gave it to everybody. Can you imagine what he missed out on? Of course, cameras and photography has gone through so many periods of technology and growth. Now almost anybody can take a super high quality picture with just their phone. It's remarkable. Of course, taking pictures is a hobby a lot of people have. So whether you're an amateur, a professional, or somebody who spends most of your day on your phone taking pictures, today is World Photo Day. And by the way, in case you're curious, there are still 12 cameras on the moon. They took the pictures and they just took the film. They said, we don't need to take the cameras back, we just need to take the film back. So there's still 12 cameras on the moon. I want to go up there and get one. Happy World Photo Day. Today in history, 27 minutes after the hour. Somebody's got to be first. And on this date in 43 BC, that would make it 2065 years ago, Gaius Julius Caesar Octavianus, later known as Augustus, is elected consul by the Roman Senate, and that makes him, Augustus, the very first emperor of the Roman Empire. And why did the Roman Senate elect him to become the emperor of the Roman Empire? Because Augustus said, do it. Just do it. Put me in charge. Just do it. And they went, okay. And they did. 2065 years ago. We're going to be visiting another demagogue in this short time here. The Salem witch trials, still bizarre. August 19th, 1692. So that would be 330 years ago today in Salem, Massachusetts. 5 people, 1 woman, 4 men, including a clergyman, are executed because they were convicted of being witchcrafts, convicted of witches or warlocks. They believed in these things in 1692. Hitler, he won, of course. 18 days prior, von Hindenburg died and Hitler went from chancellor to the Führer. But he said, we got to make it legitimate so the world will think that the German people elected me to be the absolute dictator of the entire German Empire. And so they held a referendum. The only name on the ballot was Adolf Hitler. So you either checked off Hitler or you checked off nobody. He won with 88% of the vote, and so 88% of the Germans voted yes. Hitler would now be the official head of state, as approved by the people of Germany on August 19th, 1934. Hitler did not contest the results of the election. Baseball history, 71 years ago today, 3'7" tall Eddie Goodell, a circus midget, signs a professional contract with the St. Louis Browns, and Eddie Goodell makes his one and only appearance in a Major League Baseball game, pinch hitting for the St. Louis Browns in the bottom of the first inning. The entire thing was a publicity stunt put on by Bill Veeck to bring people to the ballpark. The Browns were terrible, and it was August, and nobody was going, so he signed Eddie Goodell, 3'7", told Eddie Goodell to stand there and take every pitch. The pitcher for Detroit and the catcher got together and said, what are we going to do? And the catcher said, just throw the ball low. Eddie Goodell walks on 4 pitches, jogs to first base, and is replaced by a pinch runner. The next day, the president of the American League said, you can't do that anymore. Eddie Goodell, his one and only appearance. In fact, his appearance was even stricken for the record books for a long time. It's now back. He's there. That was 71 years ago today. And if you're the president of the Soviet Union, don't go on vacation, because the members of the Politburo may have second thoughts of letting you come back. The beginning of the end of the Soviet Union happened on this date, on August 19th, 1991. I remember it well. Mikhail Gorbachev and his family were on vacation in the Ukraine when they were placed under house arrest. Here is NBC News with Bryant Gumbel.
This is an NBC News special report. Crisis in Moscow. Now, here is Bryant Gumbel.
Good afternoon. This has been an extraordinary day in the Soviet Union, where Mikhail Gorbachev has been ousted from power. In what appears to have been a bloodless coup, hardliners have seized power and declared a state of emergency. Armored columns of troops have taken up positions throughout the Soviet Union, and Mikhail Gorbachev is said to be under house arrest at his vacation home in the Crimea. A committee made up of hardline KGB and defense chiefs named former Vice President Gennady Yanayev, a 53-year-old communist conservative, to replace Gorbachev. In a news conference called earlier today, the committee claims Gorbachev resigned due to ill health. Those who have seized power say the state of emergency is temporary, and they even indicated that Gorbachev could have his job back when his health improved. At the moment, tanks line the streets of Moscow, and there have been demonstrations and some gunfire, though no reports of any injuries. Boris Yeltsin, the president of the Republic of Russia, is at the center of what resistance there is. He has called on his people to resist the emergency committee, and he's urged an immediate general strike. He has also urged Soviet soldiers to abandon their posts.
Of course, Boris Yeltsin got his way. The Soviet people said, we kind of like Gorbachev. We don't know anything about him, but we don't have an issue with him. Things started to get a little more unstable. That whole period from August to December of 1991. If you were around, you remember it. Don't go on vacation. Mikhail, not a good idea. Birthdays, one half of the Wright brothers. Wilbur was the older one. He died very young. Orville, the older, the younger of the two. Orville was about 3 years younger than Wilbur. He was born in the state in 1871. Co-founder of the Wright Company. Lived to the age of 76. Died in 1948. Orville Wright. And Bill Clinton. We always do presidents. Bill Clinton, the 42nd president of the United States, is 76 years old today. He was born William Jefferson Blythe IV. Of course, his father was a traveling salesman who died in a car accident before Bill Clinton was born. When he was 4 years old, his mother married Roger Clinton, a car salesman. They moved from Hope, Arkansas, to Hot Springs when Bill Clinton was 7, and when Bill Clinton was a teenager, he legally changed his name from William Jefferson Blythe IV to William Jefferson Clinton. When he left office in 2001, he had the highest end-of-office approval rating of any president since World War II. 68% approval rating when he left office. Nobody's even come close to that since then. Clinton is the only president who was a Rhodes Scholar, and he has 2 Grammy Awards. Because when he wrote books, he also did books on tape and won Grammys for that. President Clinton, 76 years old today. Going to take a break, got an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and then our good friend Greg Oakes from Cashmere Valley Bank and an Exchange Club member is going to let you know what you need to do to help out the Ukrainian refugees. What you need to do is go to the Pybus Public Market tomorrow, bring your money, and bring your appetite. Greg will tell you about that when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. When you work with a world-class agent at Coldwell Banker, you benefit from trusted guidance and our revolutionary seller's assurance program to make your home sale more rewarding than ever. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
The new Hummer EV is everything you want in an all-electric vehicle. It's powerful, reliable, comfortable, and will take you anywhere you want to go, on-road or off. Why buy one of those lesser EVs when you can have one that uses them for traction? Order your Hummer pickup or SUV today from Sangster Motors, batteries included.
Are you frustrated because you feel like you aren't getting the internet speeds you pay for? One of the most common ways to test your internet connection is called a speed test. These are free and easily located on the internet and can tell you how fast your internet is. However, for certain reasons, these tests may not always be accurate. A speed test shows you how fast a file can be downloaded to the computer you're running the test on. However, there are many things that can affect the speed of that download besides the speed of the internet going into your home. A few of the things that can affect your internet speed are poor Wi-Fi signal, other wireless signals interfering with the wireless signals coming from your router, other devices in your home draining your bandwidth, your computer or phone running apps programs in the background that you aren't aware of, slowing your entire device. Any of these things can slow down your internet. Your internet is like water flowing down a pipe. There's a big pipe bringing internet to your local area, and a smaller pipe coming off of that bringing internet to your home address. Your router is just another pipe that brings the internet inside your house, and every device inside your home is like a pipe connected to the router. Just like with water, if any of those pipes along the way are too small for the amount of internet that needs to flow through for a family, the flow for everything down the line will be much slower. It's a lot like trying to push all the water going into your house through a small straw. Also, again, just like with water, if everyone in your home is using the internet at once, any individual device may not be able to receive the full flow of the internet. It's like your whole family trying to drink out of that small straw all at once. If you're struggling with internet that is slower than expected, make sure that all of the devices that your internet flows through are working correctly, and check all devices in your home for background programs that may be using the internet. If everything still appears to be working correctly, contact us and we'll be able to help.
Monday. Mondays are happy hour all day long at Bob's Burgers and Brew in East Wenatchee. Great deals on appetizers, martinis, specialty drinks, wine, well drinks, and draft beers. Bob's Burgers and Brew in East Wenatchee. Come on in. They look forward to serving you.
The NCW Life Channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCW Life Channel today.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, okay, I need to know. Does my wife Rosie have some kind of superpower? It seems like everywhere I'm about to go, she either gets there first or gets in my way. Now, the other day I was about to get a paper towel, and as soon as I turned in that direction, she got between me and the paper towel dispenser. And she put something in the trash. You know, another time I just turned to go into our kitchen computer, and as I headed there, she got in front of me, already sitting down at the desk. You know, and it's not just in our home where this happens, it's everywhere. And not only that, just as I'm about to do something, like open a window, she says to me, Mike, open the window. This happens all the time. Now, I need to know, does every wife do this? I really think I need to report this to someone. I mean, this is a miracle. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino has the best Vegas-style games in East Wenatchee. Come enjoy yourself and discover the nightly action. Win big and meet new friends at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills in Manson, where we've got huge news. We've started our Blueberry U-Pick. It's a great time to toss the family in the car and get on out to Blueberry Hills, where you can get the best down-home scratch country cooking around and pick some of the world's most delicious and largest blueberries that have been high desert farmed. This makes for an intense blueberry flavor, and they are so much fun to pick. Our fields are open 8 to 2:30 daily and restaurant from 8 to 3, so come on out and join us.
D&L Army Surplus in Wenatchee is stocked with items for the whole family, from ammo to collectibles and so much more. D&L Army Surplus, your one-stop shop for military surplus, survival, camping, and tactical gear. Bring the whole family and stop on by today.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCW Life Channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
you caught in a conflict with a family member, in the workplace, or with a neighbor or business? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on topics like conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us at 509-888-0957 or www.wvdrc.org to learn more.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. We are right outside the Kashmir Valley Bank Community Kitchen here at the Pybus Puppet Market, and this is the place you're going to want to be on Saturday. It's a huge fundraiser for the Ukrainian refugees who have, well, due to circumstances that you know about, have worked their way here to North Central Washington, a number of them. As a matter of fact, Greg Oakes is the president of Kashmir Valley Bank. He's also a proud exchanger, and he's here to talk about what's happening here on Saturday. It's good to see you, Greg.
Yeah, so thanks for having me. I appreciate the opportunity. And, you know, this all stemmed from Barbara Tilley, who's one of a number of members of the Grace Lutheran Church who've been raising money for the Ukrainians. And she called our service club looking for a donation. And so as we considered that, one of our club members, a gentleman named Joe Gluzinski, has a food truck in town called Blue Sky. And he had already done a food-related fundraiser for the Ukrainian refugees. And so one thing led to another, and we decided to kind of kick it up a notch and come down and use the kitchen that we sponsor and try to serve like twice as many as Joe did with his food truck. So the food is all free. Obviously, we're collecting donations in hopes of continuing the success that the church has had, and so we're really looking forward to it.
It seems to me that your affiliation with Kashmir Valley Bank and the Exchange Club, this is kind of like a no-brainer. You guys are always out in front of doing these important community things, and this was probably like, you probably couldn't raise your hand fast enough.
Right. And I made sure that they could get the kitchen for free, so that was nice. And, you know, the cause doesn't necessarily fit Exchange Club's tradition. It's usually about kids. So the issue came up of, okay, we got to cover the cost of the food. And out came the checkbooks, boom, we had all the money to cover the food. So the food's all paid for, the facility's free, the supplies are paid for, and now it's just donation time. And a chance to experience some culture. There'll be 3 ladies from 3 of the Ukrainian families that'll actually be back here cooking, and so you can come by and see that. The only thing we do ask is that they don't want any pictures taken.
We need to respect that.
Yeah, it's a kind of a security thing for them. They've come from a war-torn country, and they don't want to be in any kind of conflict. So we hope lots of people will come down. It's going to be a really fun event. Should be some great food.
They're going to make 250 meals, and as Greg said, it's simply by donation, but the more money you give, the better off everybody is. And this is the real deal. This is authentic Ukrainian food.
Yes. I don't know if I can pronounce it correctly, but it's kabusi.
Something like that,
basically a cabbage-wrapped meatball with a sauce on it. It's very good. They might be doing what we call the deconstructed version. Well, they'll be layering it in the big pots, served in a bowl. I think you'll enjoy it.
And can you take some home? I suppose you can take some home with you, right?
Sure.
Right. And they're making 250 of them, and the goal is to be like out of these things. If you come down, this starts at 10:30.
11:30.
11:30. I'm sorry. So if you come down at 12:30, you might be out of luck.
Could be. We're not sure what to expect. We're obviously promoting it quite a bit, and we hope to get lots of people down. It does end at 2, and we don't expect the food to last that long.
What's the word from our friends, our Ukrainian friends who have now called North Central Washington home? They must be kind of overwhelmed by the generosity of this community. I've talked to Barbara Tilley, I've talked to Russ Spidell. I know that they're incredibly grateful, but sometimes they just don't know how to express it.
Right. I personally haven't talked to any of them. We're just kind of behind the scenes, trying to put this together. But I'm sure they are overwhelmed by the number of community members and the support that this community is willing to provide.
Real quick, while I have you here, Greg, let's talk about the Exchange Club. It's no secret. We got Rotaries, we got Lions, we got all kinds of great service organizations doing great works, but membership has become
an issue.
It's become an issue for a lot of clubs. It's been a big issue for us. COVID really knocked back the members. Obviously, we all have older members, and we have members who are, taking care of grandchildren, and they didn't want any exposure for them. So yeah, our membership numbers are down, but our attendance numbers are down even more. And of course, last year we were unable to do the Christmas tree sale because we couldn't get the product. And this year we are planning to do the Christmas tree sale. However, I will tell you, as of today, we don't have a signed commitment yet from our farm that we're using. So we're kind of holding our breath right now, and hoping we got enough guys in the club to come out and unload those trees and see them sold.
If you need help on that, let me know. Every year I go to the Little League Morris Park on Cherry Street on the day after Christmas and get my free tree, because they just leave them in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
Come the day after Thanksgiving and leave us some money. Yeah.
Greg Oakes from Cashmere Valley Bank. Once again, the details on this. It is this Saturday. It starts at 11:30. It goes until either 2 o'clock or until when they run out of food. Again, don't lollygag around on Saturday. You'll want to be down here at 11 o'clock and get your food.
Absolutely.
It's all by donation. It's simply donation. Whatever you can fork over, it's going to help these people offset their... A lot of these people came with nothing.
Right.
I mean, a backpack with a change of clothes and not even a toothbrush.
And they left behind much.
Mm-hmm.
And so that just imagine that, if you will. It's just unfathomable, actually.
Greg, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Not only is his bank member FDIC, Greg personally is a member of the FDIC.
Yeah, right.
It's good to see you, my friend.
Okay.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Happy summer days from Collins Fashions. We have what you need to stay cool and be ready for your casual and dressy events. Sundresses in cotton and linen, semi-formal dresses from Joseph, Lyman, and Alex, swimwear and shorts, capris, tees for your casual days and fall and winter vacations. Summer footwear from Soft, Jambu, Fly London, and Bueno. Come check out Tommy Bahama for men and women. Brighton handbags and jewelry and sunglasses add to your glam for summer. Come visit Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
The Ellensburg Rodeo will be rocking the chutes this Labor Day weekend. It all starts Thursday, September 1st at 8, featuring country music star Chancey Williams with special guest Claire Dunn. The Ellensburg Rodeo, now one of the top 10 rodeos in America, including the event of the year, the Extreme Bulls, Saturday night, right where it all began. Tickets are going fast, so get them while you can. Call 800-637-2444 or visit ellensburgrodeo.com.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCW Life. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.
This is the NCW Live concert calendar. Fridays, it's live music at Alta Cellars in downtown Manson from 4 to 7 p.m. Sunday, it's Succession Winery located between Chelan and Manson with live music from 2 to 5. Chelan Cellars and Sorrento's Restaurante present music on Mondays at 4 p.m. weekly. Check the individual websites for more information. That's the NCW Live concert calendar.
As you can see from our camera, that's the Jump Off Ridge camera behind me. It is hazy. It is smoky. Air quality is still good, but it's deteriorating a little bit. And we're dealing with some clouds. 77 degrees right now outside of our studios. But check out this temperature. It's 88 in Ephrata already. At Ephrata, it's 88 degrees. Temperatures are really all over the board. Little concerned about some late afternoon thunderstorms to the north of us, especially in the Medhow Valley. They're in that bullseye. Could have happened. Forecast details are coming up. But first, we've got this really cool time lapse wanted to show you. This is from various PTZ cameras from various times and locations. And it's a cool little 2-minute video. You're going to like it. Check this out. A visual reminder that we don't live in Illinois. That's beautiful. Good stuff. Kudos to Mr. Darby for putting that together. Little concerned about thunderstorms to the north of us. I touched on this at the beginning of the program. Here in the valley, our best chance of a passing thunderstorm is going to be Monday. But for you folks, basically along the east slopes of the Cascades to the north of us, we're talking maybe the plain area, certainly the Methow Valley, all the way up the Methow Valley. There's about a 20 to 30% chance of some rain with an associated lightning strike or two today. Everybody's going to be dealing with cloudiness. It's going to be cloudy. The sun's taking the day off. It's going to be kind of muggy, kind of hazy, and smoky, and not particularly pleasant. And all of those ingredients, you throw it into the crock pot, and you could see a thunderstorm possible, again, to the north of us, mostly, and it would be certainly isolated. We could, certainly the rain, showers would be much needed, but lightning associated with it, not a very good thing. We'll keep a very close eye on that, as things are going to be a little unsettled for today. From the National Weather Service, lots of clouds. Sun's taking the day off. It's still a muggy, kind of gucky day. High of 97 after a high of 101 yesterday. The blanket will be on tonight, so we'll only get down to 71 for the overnight low, so the air conditioner will be working overnight tonight as well, at least in my house. Here's your extended forecast. Saturday, sunshine, nice light wind, high of about 95 degrees. Still a little bit of haze in the morning, by the way, but it should burn off pretty quickly. 67 for the overnight low on Saturday night. Sunday, another warm one, lots of sunshine, very typical August weather with a high of about 97. Again, very mild for the overnight low. Our normal high temperature this time of the year is about 86 or 87, so this long extended period of very warm temperatures sees no real end of sight, and the Climate Prediction Center says this weather is probably going to last all the way through Labor Day weekend. And again, there's about a 20 to 30% chance of some showers over the Cascades this afternoon, even the plain area perhaps could see some. Not good. Have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.